Look at this, we've got double blue on blue today. Blue sky, blue sea, yellow jacket. Massive tailwind, 45 kilometers an hour, down the cycle path along the coast. I'm trying to catch up with a group ride. I've already done my first set of efforts, which I'll put up on the screen what they look like. I've taken inspiration from a trainer road workout, so some of you might actually recognize it. A little bit of threshold riding with like an attack mixed in. So a bit of everything really, it's quite nice. It's that little bit of sharpness that I want to add. Like, I'm not actually looking for big sustained blocks of riding, apart from maybe at the end of this ride. But yeah, I'm looking for that little bit of road race sharpness, which I think, to be fair, like Zwift racing has filled that gap. But I haven't done a road race in a good few years. So the last couple of weekends I've been trying to come out with the group ride, because sometimes you just got to blow off steam, and I know that I won't be able to do group rides throughout the year, or at least I can dabble in them, but sometimes I'll just need to crack on with training. And the way I'm kind of integrating the two of them today, like serious training and group ride, is how I've been doing it the last 4-8 weeks on the weekends. And that's by doing shorter efforts and pushing on ahead, and then when I'm done them, I turn around and I come back and I let them pass me, and then I chase back on again. So I kind of almost work the effort around the group so that I don't sort of disrupt the group, because they're up for their ride as well. This climb is actually the one at the bottom end of the circuit of the road race I'm doing on Sunday, and it's very draggy, like all the way back to a little village called Laverack. The finish isn't that far away, but like basically the whole road for about 5k is like 2-3%. It kicks up in places. So one side of the circuit is downhill roughly, and this side is uphill, and we've got a headwind today. It'd be nice if we had a headwind in the race as well, because it would make it easier to get a gap potentially on this section late on in the race. But I'm planning on giving it a good bash in the last sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, to get back in 2.5 hours. I've done an hour 41 now. Right, Charlotte, I'll see you back at the flat.
Okay.
Have a good ride.
Thank you. Another
2 hours. See you later.
Bye.
Alright, time for me to get home before battery dies. Oh yes, I've made it back. 5 minutes left to ride. It's all uphill. 3% Wahoo battery remaining. That is a win. That is a win. Session ended up being 161 TSS in 2 hours 35 minutes with intensity factor of 0.78, a normalized power of 264 watts. That last sort of 30 minutes I just had a bit of fun with the terrain I was riding back on. So coming up through Tumble Village, there's a pretty substantial climb all the way up it, so I just rode fairly hard, like from bottom to top. But it wasn't like a continuous power effort, it was more sort of varied. I was riding to the terrain as I normally like to do, rather than just stick to a power number. So it was kind of fluctuating between 350 and 450 watts for a good 5-6 minutes, I'd imagine, and I felt okay. And that was about 2 hours 15 minutes into the ride, so it's a good way of pushing yourself with just one big effort after all those little sort of spicy ones I've done throughout the ride. And I finished off on this sort of rolling descending road. There's a couple of little kickers, So I varied my efforts up there. Did a couple of 10-second efforts to get over those little hills, and a couple of 30-second ones, some longer ones. And yeah, they all fit in pretty well, to be honest. And it's quite enjoyable. It's a nice way to add some little sprint spice to the ride without it being too structured. Just uploading tonight's video, Sunday night episode. I don't usually post on a Sunday night, but just with travel and stuff, it's difficult to like try and keep up a routine sometimes. I don't know how other people do it, but sometimes when you got to train, and like there's so many priorities I've got sometimes to put in front of like actually like editing and uploading a video. So anyway, I'm pretty pleased with this one. Why I will go back to Girona. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. What are you watching? I wonder if people can guess what you're watching based on, like, I won't show it.
Does Derek know you're in Florida? Yeah, I told him on our first date. And he was okay with it? Yeah. Look.
No.
The voice. There's no Salem. If Salem spoke, I reckon people would know. Salem was my favourite character.
Everything's fine.
It's just easy viewing.
It's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah. So Charlie's reliving her childhood.
I really am.
And I've never seen it before, so I'm just going through them with her.
The trick.
What are we on tonight?
We're gonna do like a katsu curry, but with tofu and stir-fry veg and noodles.
Ooh. I'm propping the camera up on like one of these things. Ginormous coffee this morning in my Christmas mug. Today is a rest day, and I've got another volcano growing out my forehead. Yesterday rounded off a good week of, well, training and traveling really, but now that I'm back home I can get back into a routine, and with the road race on the weekend I kind of need a routine. Charlie and the group did a great ride yesterday, and they ended up doing like 3.5-4 hours, and like I think that's the longest ride you've done.
Yeah.
Definitely the most intense, because now she's got a power meter. She's now able to see like something measurable. So 220 TSS in 3.5 hours. The group ride was a little bit hard in places, and that's all Keith's fault. But no, it was a good route. Keith chose the route, planned the route, took everyone out on the route, and by the sounds of it, they had a great day. I obviously had to turn back early. So Charlie had rainbow cake. It was very tasty, apparently.
It was very sugary.
At a new cafe in Llandoilo. I'm yet to visit it, so maybe that's on the agenda this week. So Mallorca 312, 167 training going well for Charlie. We are building it back up, yeah. But that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.